Hi, I'm Dr. Libby Kemkaran, and this is Tame Your Brain, part 6. And we're here today. I've had a request to come and see Duchess's babies again, the ones that are a little bit older and wiser. So I'm going to, without further ado, turn around and show you the little babies that are now very capable and very, very much bigger than they were. It's amazing the difference it makes. This is only a 3-week difference. And these guys are 4 weeks old today, so happy birthday, 1 month old. You'll notice they're a little bit dopey because they've just been killing each other in the box. But they're now able to run, they're now able to jump, they can climb out of their box, so we regularly come out to find them on the floor. Mummy Cat's helpfully giving me head bumps. Hi, Mama. And she's really happy now that they're not quite so nuts on her all the time, feeding night and day. The kittens are beginning to show an interest in food, they're beginning to sniff things, and that's really good because that means that she'll begin to be able to get her condition back. She's a little bit thin at the moment. But what's funny is that things change according to what their needs are, and we're very similar. Things are able to change in their brains according to their stage of development. And kids do this as well, and anyone that's a school teacher knows this, that they get interested in the things that help them at that stage. So the biggest game for these guys right now is killing each other, and they have unfortunately just learnt to climb as well. That's going to be fun. And they need to do nothing right now. The mum does everything for them, so they just get to play. And hopefully there are some of you kids out there getting to do more playing at the moment. And I think we might have Orla watching. Hello, Orla. I heard that you might have had some playtime yesterday sliding down a door, which sounds brilliant fun. Also, hi to Izzy, who I know is much more grown up and very unlikely to be sliding. Mike told me you're enjoying these, so thank you so much for the feedback, guys. I really appreciate it. And mostly I'm happy to hear it's helping. This is my mission in life, is to teach people this cool stuff. Oh, hi Alice, nice to know you're watching too. They are cool, aren't they? And they are so funny when they start playing. I'm going to put up a video later that we took of them killing each other in the box earlier. It was very funny. So you guys that are watching, please do hit follow on the page, and please do share so that we can spread the word that kittens make everything better and that there are things that we can do. None of us are helpless. None of us are stuck as we might feel we are. So yesterday we started thinking about what's good about this, and I gave you Hep Gecko as a frame up, and that's the 8 questions to ask yourself. And why is this important? Why does it matter? Because firing strengthens wiring, and the brain grows and strengthens the more we use it. You can't wear it out. And the more you use a pathway, the stronger it gets. And your brain responds, just like how if you go blind, your sense of hearing suddenly improves because you need it more. And your brain strengthens that area of your brain. It literally gets bigger. Now, this is called neuroplasticity, and I've been fascinated by this ability since I learned of it. It's like a superpower. We've only been able to see it happening. We knew it was there, we sort of guessed it was there, but we've only been able to see it happening for about 15 years when we started doing MRIs of the functionality of the brain. And we saw that our brain can physically switch which bit it's using depending on the situation. I have this one trying to attack Evie, so I'm just going to... No, he's wandering off. So we have this crazy power to literally change our mind by choosing which of our thoughts to use the most. We can change what we feel. How cool is that? That amazing, because what's bad is always available, but so is what's good. And if we focus on the bad, then we feel all those feelings associated with that. Focus on the good, guess what happens? It takes just 20 seconds of a negative emotion to create an acid wash inside your stomach. Think about that, just 20 seconds of thought direction, and the chief cells in your stomach secrete more HCl, more hydrochloric acid. Is it any wonder that we start to feel sick when we're nervous or scared or threatened, or even a virtual threat? You know, when you say something on the internet, someone says something horrible back, and you then reply angrily, and then you get butterflies in your tummy when you see the next notification ping in. No, it's not a surprise, it's just pure biochemistry. We're wired for it. And our brain is the same, it's just chemicals. Emily asked yesterday on the page, how can I immediately control feelings of overwhelm? Well, here's the thing. Overwhelm is the result of having a higher challenge than the resources that you have available. Your brain does fight or flight, and then it adds in anxiety to force you into choosing one or the other. Because you can't do both, guys. You can't say, yeah, I'm going to do a fight whilst I'm flighting. It doesn't work. So the anxiety is a tool to drive you into choice. It's as simple as that. Now, I promised you more on the next human need, so let's continue overwhelm as I move through. Let me just hit the right button there. And we're going to, oh, these kittens are now standing all right in the way. I'm going to continue overwhelm as I move through into our next box of Queenie and her babies. And I'll see just how different these are. Evie's going to come and do my super duper helping again. So let me turn this around so you can see. So there's Queenie, ready and waiting. And here are, oh, I know, it is time for food. She's beginning to get the drill. And so let me get set up here. Yes, baby. Would you mind, Evie, in that direction? Thank you. Right, so overwhelm is the result of having a higher challenge than resources you have available. I'm saying that again because it's such an important point. It's like a seesaw. As soon as you get a pressure downwards on that challenge side, we have to make a choice. We either have to look at decreasing that challenge or increasing your resources. Now, there are some challenges like a global pandemic, for example, that might just be out of your control. You're not able to decrease that threat level, but you can increase your resources, or you can change what you think it means to you. So I'll cover that bit in a different session. I gave you the first resource of breathing, which sounds so blooming basic, but it's really powerful, and it completely changes your brain chemicals within 6 rhythmic breaths. Then I gave you the gratitude framework yesterday of Hep-Gekkel. And why do these two go together? Because we can change our brain firing from the sympathetic pathways. So looking at these lovely cats, think of a cat hissing with its back arched up and its tail like a bottle brush. And that's your response mechanisms. And we can switch from that into the parasympathetics. They're more like these cats curled up, possibly purring. Which of those states do you think feels more comfortable? I know, it's simple, right? But put it like that, it's obvious. But one thing to state here that's really important. I'm not for a minute saying deny reality. I'm not for a minute saying think positive. I'm really not, because that just does not work on its own. Affirmations do not work on their own. It's half the job. It's like standing in the garden and chanting, there's no weeds, there's no weeds, there's no weeds. It does nothing. You need instead to get a massive stick and dig them out. It takes a little bit of work. And I've been doing this for years now, helping both motivated individual people one-to-one and teams and leadership teams and CEOs and business owners. There's not one person that's failed to be able to use this once I've shown them how, because it's simple. Yes, you can change your mind. And yes, it does stick. It's not just a quick fix and then that's it. You can remove limiting beliefs permanently. Your brain will come up with new ones, because that's what it does. But once you know the tools, you can keep your mind tamed. And then you can retrain it to always choose the healthy option, so to speak. So our next need is significance. It's that need to feel like you matter, that you exist and that you're important. And that poses a problem with some people. And they feel it's a bit uncouth to pick yourself up, but it's a need. So what do? Sometimes they turn it into a drive for altruism. I love that Friends episode where they play with the idea there's no truly charitable act because you get a huge payoff in how great it makes you feel. And guess what? It's another of our human needs, and we'll come on to that particular little syndrome because it's really interesting. So significance can come from your job, it can come from your work identity. That's an external layer of significance and badge related. Or it can come from within and be more worth related as opposed to net worth. And guess which is healthier? Yeah, you bet. We need to evolve to that place where we know our intrinsic value is from who we are, not what we are. Our need for significance can either be this ego, or it can be worth, and you decide which space you want to play in, because this is one of those needs where, as I mentioned yesterday, some high flyers are really challenged by being furloughed because so much of their identity is tied up in what they do all day. And now they say things to me like, I'm just a mum, which, as we all know, is the hardest job in the world some days, especially when it's raining like today. Not impressed with this. But it's the first question you get asked at a dinner party, right? What do you do? And let's be honest, some mums answer, oh, I'm just a mum. And I've been guilty of that myself, because society doesn't value us that highly right now. So when I'm working with people, I help them get back to this idea of core with a series of brain exercises. And you can do these yourself, or you can ask someone like me to do them with you because it's just faster with help. But whichever route you take, once you really remember who you are at the core of all this, it helps with that overwhelm, because then you know you can handle it. I'm going to do more on that later, but while we've got Mummy out, I'm going to do the kitten snatch. Evie Bug, you ready? Stripe? Yep. So I think we've seen all 5 now, so we're going to try and find the firstborn, see how much he's grown in a week. I'm saying he, I'm a rubbish vet, I haven't actually checked properly. I think it's a he. Instant complaining. We're going to have to colour coordinate your clothing so we can actually see him. So there's Stripe. Oh look, that's brilliant. So there's Stripe, and Mummy's much less frantic, as you can see, with the noises now. And equally the kitten's getting used to being handled. And that's why we do this, even though it seems a bit mean, making them squeak. It's habituation, it's a repeated habituation, so that they become well handled, lovely little pets. And equally, someone did ask, why do you keep them in a cage? I can tell you it's just the easiest way to make sure they're well trained litter tray users by the time they leave here, because there's only one place to go when they're in overnight, and that's what they get used to using. So it's just really simple. So there we are nearly 1 week old. We'll have a little 1 week old birthday party for them tomorrow. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to sign off now. I know it's been a bit later today because I was doing lots of work. I'll be back tomorrow to do the next human need. We'll also be covering a little bit more on what are those brain gym exercises that I just mentioned that you can do to find out, okay, what am I about? We'll be going through values and beliefs tomorrow, along with the next human need as a concept. And then if you're interested, you can sign up for my mailing list on the website, which is justkemkaran.com, my crazy surname. And it's really shouting now. And I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for watching, but please do share if you think this is useful for people. I'm really enjoying doing it. It's my little gift in this time of crazy, and I'm really grateful for any feedback that I get, and any questions you ask. I'm always happy to help. So get in touch. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.